I mean, I very often use like Ishtola's 15% to all status ailment or status resistances. I use that all the time. Because I just kept a bunch of them, made them. Then Garnet's the 20% to all. That's really good. The most recent, yeah, Mari's is a good one to go after as well. The most recent unit, that one that gave like 15% HP and then like 3 different elements give 30% resistance, like stuff like that on a 3-star. Yeah, I got a bunch of him too. Like, his Trust Mastery is fantastic. Especially for a 3-star unit. I have Vincent's TMR, but I actually prefer the glacial gun to it. I don't value variants as much as other people do. I think that having the killers is a much better investment than having a two-handed gun, in my opinion. But what are your issues with glacial? Is it just the initial, like not being able to survive the initial attack or something? It's only demon, yeah, but I mean, there's no trial. There's no trial in the game. There's no fight in the game where you would need to have variants, like two-handed weapons. They're just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like dessert. You don't need it. Yeah, that's the best way to explain it. Two-handed weapons and like variants, it's basically dessert. It's not required in any way, shape, or form. If that makes sense. I pulled for Regina, but I only wanted one of her, and I got one of her. I just wanted her her regular Trust Mastery, basically for other gun users that are not yet released.
始めましょう。
ああ、よし。はっ。
エニグマ駆動。さてと、エニグマ駆動。
俺の番だな。ぜい。
これで一安心です。
Was this showing Regina hit the damage cap? Yeah. And she's certainly a powerful finisher. I'm not a fan of finishers, to be honest. Of course, I'm not really a fan of chainers either. I like self-contained units, which I guess she is a self-contained unit. So in that aspect, she's pretty cool.
Kiseki, 注意してください。
My main issue is her is she really only does one thing, and I prefer to have units that do multiple things.
私の番です。ドライブ開始。
任せろ。
Just my personal playstyle.
さてと、エニグマ駆動。
Oh yeah, she's certainly a nice change of a unit because she's so very unique. That is true.
俺の番だな。はっ。ま、こんなもんかね。
Kiseki、注意してください。
任せてくれ。せっりゃ。行くぜ。はっ。
さてと。行きます。ドライブ開始。これで一安心です。
I think so far this has been the longest dungeon in the entire game. Not sure what level this is. Oh, it's not one of the level ones, okay.
みんな気をつけて。
よし。
Play all the fun games? What do you mean?
行くぜ。ほらよ。
任せて。
Oh, that's just a byproduct of me playing a lot of RPGs.
さてと。
I play plenty of other games that aren't turn-based also.
エニグマ駆動
It just so happens that since I started streaming, the majority of the games I've been playing have all been turn-based.
行きます。エニグマ駆動。
任せろ。ぜい。
Oh, Randy's frozen. I didn't realize that laser could freeze.
さてと。エニグマ駆動。
サンクス。よし。やっと。これが俺たちの力だ。
Interesting. That's a ton of magic defense on that.
Ha, もらったぜ。俺の番だな。やっと。おっしゃ。ほらよ。
私の番です。エニグマ駆動。さてと。
That was a fire laser. Oh, okay. Now I get it. There's different types. This has a freeze laser just there. Oh, I missed the team rush.
任せてくれ。えっと。
よかった。
Is that the exit? Yeah, it's the only exit left. The Brave Exvius forum for trial guides? I've never really even thought about it, to be honest. I've just put everything up on Reddit and YouTube. To be honest, I've never actually even upgraded like a... I've only ever used, for like putting up guides or anything, I've only ever used Reddit, so I don't know how anything else like really works, to be honest.
私の番です。ドライブ開始。それ。さあ、先を急ぎましょう。
Is that all that's in here? I guess so. Alright.行きます。へい。よし。せっりゃ。えい。やっ。私の番です。へい。行くぜ。おととい来やがれってな。 I'll think about it. If it's something that's easily just copy and pasteable, I wouldn't be too opposed to it. Reddit will always be first for written places, though, just because that's kind of where I've always published my guides first. さてとドライブ開始。さてとそこやあよしえっりゃ私の番ね。はいなんとかなったわね。
もらったぜ。任せろ。はっ。よし。
As far as the guides go that I put up, a lot of the time it was only just because no one else was doing it. Lately, there's been other people who have been helping out put them up, so I haven't, like, if there's a thread for a a trial guide and I feel that that's a decent thread, then I don't put up my own. But if I feel it's kind of lacking, then I still go ahead and put up my own. That's how I've always gone about it. I originally did my videos completely in Japanese, because that's where the majority of my audience is for that. But I was getting enough people who are wanting them in English, so I started adding English to them as well. But even nowadays, like, I think like 70% of my views on my trial guides are from Japan. Which is the main reason why I don't do the videos entirely in English. It's also just very annoying to do two videos. Where does this take me? Crossbell Arc. Okay. Let's see if this. Like a chest out here or something? Aha, there is. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Oh, I can't equip it on him yet because I need to upgrade it. Open a slot up.
Yosh! 一気に行くぞ! Ore no ban da na!
Man. Alright, came back up. I was about to say, if my thing goes out again, I'm gonna be so pissed. I think there's something wrong with the splitter I'm using. I need to replace it. In-depth video guides? I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't look. I don't search for other video guides anymore. So I honestly don't know. God, hopefully this capture holds up. I'm gonna have to order a new splitter. Yeah, I know it's fine now, but it went out temporarily there, and that's been an issue I've been having all night. Like when I first tried to start up the stream, I started up about almost 35 minutes late because I had planned to play this, so I hooked up my PS Vita, and because PS Vita has HDCP protection on it, you have to run it through a splitter to strip that in order to capture video. And I wanted to. Usually when I switch games, I do a pre-recording. That's not a stream, so I can test the audio levels to see how my voice sounds against the game and all that stuff. And the second I hit record on my the capture software, it basically just died on me. Every single time I tried to do it, it just wouldn't capture video anymore, which is weird because I had this problem months ago. And then I tried unplugging and plugging it back in, and then I would get like audio would be going to the capture software, but it wouldn't be coming through my TV. And then I would try it again, and it would be coming through my TV, but not going to the capture software. And I finally got it working to where it's like coming through both now. But It's not perfect. So I'm just hoping it holds out. I gotta order a new splitter. Which sucks. If my splitter dies and I can't find another one that strips HDCP, then I can't capture PS Vita games or PS3 games ever again until I get a new one that does that. I just don't like the fact that it cut out like that because that's not a good sign at all. Just attack. I guess it got the double attack. That has to be it.
これで応接間のギミックを解除できそうですね。
Now we just gotta get all the way back there. I'm gonna go test this out now if we can like step outside like we did and then teleport to the front entrance. Nope. Alright, we have to walk back the long way. If I can remember how to get back. I think we're going the right way. Oh, two of them lived. Oh, whoops. Oh, well. Cast on the wrong target. Hey, what's going on, Krim? How's it going today? Not fantastic. Not fantastic at all. Holy shit, I'm lost. Okay. No, not that. It actually has nothing to do with that. It's, has everything to do with my capture and my console and, you know, just, you know, technology not wanting to work. I started the stream 35 minutes late today, because for whatever, I guess my splitter or something's not working, and I wasn't able to get the, game to capture at all. I set it up, it was working just fine, and then I went to do a test recording in order to, set audio levels properly. The second I hit test record, I lost picture. Like, the picture just completely, it was like, nope, device not recognized, whatever. And then, after that, I decided to, like, I unplugged everything, plugged it back in. I got picture again, but then this time I didn't get any audio on my TV. Tried it again, then I didn't get any audio going through the capture card. Once I got it back up again, I decided to try recording again. It turns out every time I hit record now, it just shits on me and it just completely blinks out and does nothing. So I probably have to get a new splitter because I have a feeling that's probably the issue. Once I finally got everything up and running, though, now I'm here, but literally about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago, I think it was like 5 minutes ago, the picture cut out. It just the screen went black on my TV, and then the capture software stopped reading for like a brief moment. So who knows how long it's gonna stay up like it is right now. It could die at any moment. Also, occasionally my controller just stops like reading. I have to like hit the power. I have to hit the PS button on my PlayStation controller to get it to start to continue reading again, even though it's plugged in by a cord. It just stops working. Almost like it disconnects from the PS Vita TV. Yeah. I'll just be sitting here and I'll be like trying to select stuff and nothing will happen and I have to like hit the PS button. I don't know. Everything's all sorts of messed up. On top of that, I had to return a HDMI switcher I purchased because I was sick of like having to unplug all my systems again every time I wanted to switch systems, because in order to capture it I have to unplug everything. So I decided to buy an HDMI switcher so I could plug everything into the switcher and then plug the switcher into the capture device and then plug that go that way. But apparently the capture device I purchased does not work like that. Even though I have HDCP protection turned off, it didn't work. So I had to return that, and I need to now order one that's what will work. So there's that. Shoot, where was I? Okay. No, I can't get a break. Just technology in general. I've had so much trouble with technology. Ever since I decided to start streaming, I've had just everything's broken. Let's see. Ever since I started to start streaming, I've lost a computer. I'm about to lose a HDMI splitter. I have to get a new switcher. Like, I don't know. There's so much shit. It's just either breaking or not working. I did find out though that on Cold Steel 4, if I just beat the game on Nightmare mode, I'll almost certainly get the platinum, since everything else I have to do, like the only thing I have to go out of my way to do to get the platinum, besides beat the game on Nightmare, is I have to use Rush 50 times, which I didn't end up doing throughout the game, which is just like when you attack and you get a crit, I think it's like the triangle button. It's less that's not that hard, it's more that I just did everything already. Nightmare mode is not going to be that hard either. What's going to be a bitch in nightmare mode is going to be those damn mech battles. Everything else I'm not worried about. It's those mech battles are what I'm really like dreading doing in nightmare. Because I can't drop the difficulty for those in nightmare because the platinum is to beat the game from start to finish in nightmare mode, or the trophy is. So I'm not looking forward to those. That's going to be the real bitch. And it's because of that that I'm debating. I don't know what I want to do, because, like, do I want to kind of make the game a little bit boring for myself, but basically guarantee that I don't have to struggle through those battles? Or do I want to make the game a little bit more interesting, but also risk having to struggle through those battles? And what I'm talking about is I can choose to carry over my party levels or not. So like I'm almost at like level 150, right? I can choose to carry over my levels to 150. But remember, the game starts you off at around level 80, which means I'll just be gaining levels up from there. But if I do that, the majority of the game is going to be a complete joke, even in nightmare mode. And I don't know if I want to do that or not. I mean, to be fair, the majority of the games for the first half of the game is going to be easy anyways, because I'm going to have like all the extra, I'm going to have all the master quartz, I'm going to carry over all the quartz and stuff like that. I'm just not sure if I feel like taking on hour-and-a-half long mech battles. Since I'm guessing, like, going off of what I've heard on Nightmare mode, that's about how long some of those battles end up taking. But we'll see. You know, who knows? At this rate, I may not even be able to do that playthrough again, because I'm guessing, at least at this rate, that, you know, shit's breaking on me. When I do decide to go for the Nightmare playthrough, I'm pretty sure my PS4 is gonna break, because that just seems like what would happen right now. So we may not even get to do it anytime soon, because my PS4 may break when I decide to do it. They take so long because you take so much damage, so you spend the majority of your time just trying to stay alive and just whittle away at the boss. Because the enemies you take more damage and the enemies have way more HP. Hey, my PS4 is a launch PS4. Just throwing that out there. Mine is a launch PS4. And that shit already gets real loud when playing some games. No, no, wrong person. Damn it. Oh, speaking of PC troubleshooting, even though I've put .hack on hold because I just wasn't having as much fun with it, I had some issues in that game as well. Not really getting it up and running, but I had this issue where, well, first of all, to play .hack, I had to go and buy a new Xbox One controller, because the controllers I have for Xbox are wireless Xbox 360 controllers, but those don't work because they won't get, you know, they're considered wireless, and the only way I have to hook them up is through the charge pack, and that doesn't let it get recognized by the PC. And when I went to the store, they didn't sell wired Xbox 360 controllers anymore, so I had to buy a Xbox One controller, which they also didn't sell wired either, so I had to buy an off-brand one to get a wired one. Then when I brought it home, I plugged it in, it was working, but then, I can use the PS4 controller. The only issue is the game is set up, the in-game, like all the buttons in-game are set up for an Xbox 360 controller on the PC, so if I plug in a PS4 controller, and like the thing on this prompt on the screen says like, you know, A, I have to know that A is actually X. And this actually plays part in the game because there are QTEs in the game, which brings me to the next thing that was broken, is for whatever reason, the developers decided, or forgot, I guess, to map the D-pad controls. So I was getting to this point where I tried to open up a chest, and it would be like a trap chest, and you have to do like a QTE prompt, and it would be like down, up, right, whatever, and I'm like, down, up, and right didn't do anything, so I couldn't do those. Every time I opened one of those chests, I decided, like, well, I have to take damage and not get the loot out of this chest. And what I found out is, after doing a little bit of research online, there's a setting that you can, in Steam, where you can like right-click it and choose to set up controller settings. And when you go in there, the developers actually made like prompts. Like, so if you hit left on the it scrolls left or chooses left. You hit down, it scrolls down, or pushes down. They had them, they just didn't input them. So I had to go and input them myself. But then you run into another problem. Their inputs are wrong. They're labeled wrong. So if it says like left, it may actually be right. So I had to go and find somebody who was like, all right, here's what you want to do. You want to, when you put left here, for left you want to put up, for up you want to put right, for right you want to put down. It was all sorts of messed up. It's working now, but it was all sorts of messed up.
まさかこの部屋にこんな仕掛けがあったなんて。
しかも足跡を見る限り頻繁に使っていそうだけど。
マルコーニあたりが機器として使ってるんだろう。となるとこの先が奴の資質か。
All the main characters here were in 4.
そういや会長室とかそれっぽいのはなかったよな。
この先に何か手がかりがあるかもしれませんね。
よし、降りてみよ
う。Okay, so we actually don't want to go in here. I'm glad I read this. Because once we go in here, there's a point once we go in here, we lose all freedom to like go outside of the city. And there's some chests some challenge chests I want to try and do. I tried doing them a little bit earlier in the game and they kicked my butt. And I'm going to go try and do them again now, because they drop very good loot. So we're going to do that, because apparently if I go back down in there and I do something in there, it says from here on, like if you enter this door from here on until you clear the game, you lose you lose freedom to go outside the city. So we want to go do these. Lucida Gaido, page 88. Where is this over here? Crossbell. Okay, it's right down there. We may have done some of these, I can't remember. Yeah, did you completely destroy Odin or something? Yeah, you guys have had a lot more power creep than you think. Partly because you're getting stuff a lot later than we did, and partly because they've given you a lot of global only stuff that's pretty power creeped. So I'm actually really not surprised that that's what happened. I mean, that's what happened with a lot of the trials and stuff that were like really hard for JP, were like very easy for you guys. And a lot of that was power creep. Okay, yeah, so we have done this one. Okay. Also, knowing how to do the fights in advance is, like, huge. East Crossbell. Okay. I think this is the one on East Crossbell is the one I stopped doing them at because I just got completely wrecked in the fight. Like, I remember when iGaian released on JP, it was nightmares for people because that nobody knew how to do the fights. It was like just kicking our ass, and that's why it got built up as like this big deal. But then everyone on Global knew how to beat it, and you guys got that one hybrid unit, Via, whatever her name is. So it's like you had like the perfect counter to that fight. So and then everyone was like, this fight was easy, and it's like, well, yeah. Is easy because you weren't around when it was actually hard. I'm not speaking for you in general. I mean just like global in general. I just remember because everyone was like preparing for it and it became easy for him. Like, this wasn't that hard, and I was like, well, no, but actually it was. Let me tell you. Oh, where's this one? Where is it? The only thing I don't like about this, I'm using like the official strategy guide here, and the only thing I don't like about it is it's terrible with maps. It's like really, really bad with them. This is page 87. I'm looking at page 87 and I'm not seeing on here where it is I need to be. Was that it? Ew. Ew, okay. Okay. Yeah, because I understand, like, I wish I was the type of player that didn't need to, like, have a map for them, and I could just, like, explore. But I get super OCD if I don't, like, I want to know where to go, so I don't miss, like, basically I want to know if the story is over here at point A, I want to know that, so I can go everywhere else first. And I want to grab, like, every single treasure chest, and if I can't, like, I get super OCD about that when I play these games. So I have to have maps. If I don't, it's like, oh, I want a map so bad. Oh, I think I forgot to equip stuff for this.
データ収集を
We
開
may
始します
die to this. Oh well. So if I remember correctly, these things take like very little damage from physical attacks. So you need to be using magic against them. I really liked Breath of the Wild. It was one of the few games where like I actually did really enjoy exploring the whole time. And that's because I don't know why, but I found it easy to just like ignore my usual tendencies. I just went out and explored everywhere. I still need to beat that game. As many hours as I put into that game, I actually never beat it.
さてと行きます。ドライブ開始。それ。
I mean, I put like probably 150 hours into it. So originally I put like 90 hours into the Wii U version because I didn't have the Switch yet. And then I bought a Switch and started playing that one and never actually beat the game. So this may mess up Randy. Okay, I need to spread my party out like
私の番ね。
ASAP.
ありがとう。よし。行くぜ。
So the challenge boxes in this game are like actual challenges. Like they are legit hard. In my opinion.
ドライブ開始。
Oh man, now they're both gonna hit. Oh, I need to move her. Change it to raging. Does she go into a rage whenever she uses it? She go brah, rage, brah. Rage, rage, rage. Ooh, does she turn into Reen from Cold Steel 4 whenever she starts using her rage abilities? Is that what happens? Oh man, Randy getting messed up.
Yosh.
任せて。
よっしゃ。
さてと。ドライブ開始。
No, why is it healing? Oh, that heal was terrible.
Yosh.
行きます。
There's nothing I can do about it, Nina. Nothing I can do about it.
ドライブ開始。
Unfortunately, this game was originally a PSP game and didn't have any voiceovers. And when the developers added full voicing for the main storyline, they linked the voice track to the same track that is the the effects track. So if I lower the effects to lower that noise, it also lowers the voice track. And what's really annoying about this is the voices in this game are very low. So if you lower it too much, if you lower it like even about to like 80%, some voices become completely inaudible. It is incredibly annoying. I actually really hate it. But there's also nothing I can do about it.
さてと。エニグマ駆動。
ありがとう。それ。
Ow. Jeez.
それ。
よし。エニグマ駆動。
Oh, stop healing, you damn monster. It's a bad monster.
エニグマ駆動。私の番です。エニグマ駆動。
行くぜ。
俺の番だな。させるか。
Oh, that didn't interrupt either. Damn it. Oh, and I think I knocked it out of range. Oh, that was a bad idea on my part. This is gonna hurt. Yep. Ooh, that one hit. Oh yeah, he has the extra range, that's why. Oh. Shoot. Well, Lloyd's dead.
すまない。みんな。
さてと。
She revived with like no HP.
ドライブ開始。
よっしゃ。
それ。
な。エニグマ駆動。
私の番ね。エニグマ駆動。
気合を入れろ。
行きます。ドライブ開始。
Oh, it's so annoying. I've almost killed one of them.
俺の番だな。
やあ、
任せてくれ。
Oh no, that's the one that's gonna heal next turn? Oh, hell no. It's probably not gonna do anything, but we can't let that happen. Even though this is probably not gonna do any damage, I have to use this so that thing doesn't heal.
出力最大。ヘーテル。
Oh, it actually did more damage than I thought it would.
俺の番だな。
Alright then. Okay.
エニグマ駆動。
任せて。
それ。俺の番だな。行くぜ。
さてと。エニグマ駆動。
それ。
やあ。
ありがとう。よし。
行きます。
Oh, and there goes the controller. And we're back.
エニグマ駆動。
任せろ。
今だわ。
It's probably gonna do nothing, but let's give it a shot anyways.
行くわよ。
Yeah, I figured it wasn't gonna do anything. I did it!
敵集団撃破しました。